Merry meet and welcome to our stream, everybody. This is Ariel and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch for a general reading for all signs for today, the 10th of February 2023. Moderating on YouTube are the lovely Jennifer and the lovely Aaron, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Heather. Thank you so much, moderators, and thank you to everybody for joining us today for this general reading. I'm reading, this is in Russian, but this is actually called the Classic Tarot by Los Scarabeo. And let's purify with this Florida water. That's what it's called. I have put some in a spray bottle. 3 sprays in this room is plenty, and you can get by with just one if you're sensitive to fragrances. It's a great alternative to burning smudge in the house. You can find out information about both of these products in the video description of this very video on my YouTube channel. Like I said, this is a general reading for all signs for today, the 10th of February 2023, going out to everybody, whether you're watching live or on a restream. It does go out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you personally, just disregard it, because it may not be meant for you. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your own individual sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. All of those readings are available for restream on my YouTube channel and on my website. If you'd like to give us a donation, you can do that by going to Ariel. Oh, sorry, no, don't do that. By going to paypal.me/ArielGatoga. paypal.me/ArielGatoga. If you're watching live on YouTube, you could use a super sticker or a super chat if you feel like giving a donation right on the platform. And if you're watching on YouTube on a restream, you could do that by using a super thanks. We have a shop at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. We have all kinds of beautiful merchandise, including tarot decks for sale. We make a small commission off of each and every sale, so we appreciate your support. Just as a reminder, we are moving our tarot readings over to our new tarot channel, and you can find that by going to our regular channel, and up on the top you can find the channels tab, and it has a link right to it. So that's starting this next Tuesday. So starting Tuesday, you can go to our new channel that's called Ariel Gatoga Tarot. All right, let's see what's going on with everybody today, the 10th of February, 2023. Yahoo! All right, with our classic tarot here. World card, Il Mondo. Devil card. He's been coming up a lot lately. That little devil. And then the 9 of Swords. Okay, it's an interesting day because everything is really going your way. And when things are going our way, the ego likes to see, well, what can I do to mess that up? What can I do to mess with these people? And remember, the ego is not outside of you. It's not like Satan that, like something outside of you that you got to be afraid of. It's a habit of thinking that we've all gotten as a race into, this habit of thinking separately, trying to prove a separation, trying to prove that we're not good enough, all those kinds of things. So when things are going our way, that program just kicks in. It's like a computer program. It just kicks in and says, what can I do? What can I do to mess it up? And what it wants to do to mess it up today is to get you all worried about the future, to get you all worried about the future and not enjoying all of the good that is happening in your life today. And there's a lot of good happening in your life today. It's all good. And not only is it all good, but you are completely protected and safe. You have absolutely no vulnerability. And with the World card, if you think in terms, I like to remind people that these cards come from a game. There's an actual game called tarot, and the same is similar to the game called tarocchi, which is just the tarot in Italian, and it's a trick-taking game. And the World card takes all the tricks. It's the best card. It's the highest card. So you are the winner. You're in charge of everything today. You're in charge of everything today. So when that ego starts getting you all upset or all worried about the future, just remind yourself, I got my angels all around me, and I'm safe to move about my life. I'm free. I'm prosperous, and I can be and do what I like today. So I have nothing to fear. I have absolutely nothing to fear, and I'm going to think again when that ego mind comes up with that. Because remember, all the ego can do is give you something to consider. That's the only power it has. It's like, well, what about how worried you should be? And then it's up to you whether you take that bait or not. That's the only power the ego has over you, is to get you to consider things, is to get you thinking along certain lines. So when you start coming up with the idea of like, oh, what about the future? Or what about this? And what about that? And what about these things? Just remind yourself, I don't have to take that bait. And something about worry that's really important to remind ourselves, all of us have to remind ourselves when we get worried, because that's part of the human condition, is worry. But it's never done any good. In the history of all the human race, it's never done anybody any good. Now, if there's something that you're concerned about, that you have power over, and you can do something about it, well, then do something about it. Then you don't have anything to worry about. If you have no power over it and you can't do anything about it, then what is worrying going to do for you? Either way, worry is not the option that you want to choose. So that's the ego's only power today, is to try to get you off of thinking about the present moment and all of your good, and start worrying about the future and how it may not last, or whatever other worries it comes up with. 3 of Wands, 9 of Wands, Ace of Coins. Ha. Okay, so the 9 of Wands is talking about why many of us are vulnerable to the ego today. And that's because we're not getting enough rest. We're not taking care of ourselves. We're feeling run down. And when we're feeling run down, when we're not taking care of ourselves, when we're not getting the rest that we need, all of those kinds of things, or maybe you are getting a lot of rest, but it's not quality rest, or maybe you are getting quality rest, but you're letting some other part of you down. Usually this is being run down. Usually this is being fatigued, overworked, those kinds of things, that 9 of Wands. That's what makes you vulnerable to these ideas of the ego. The ego goes, oh, good. Their guards are down. Let's get in there and get them to worry. Let's get them to worry. But see, you really don't have anything to worry about, because where you're headed, based on all of the wonderful work you've been doing, it's almost like you've done things so well that even with your best efforts, you can't ruin it. You can try really hard, but you've done so well that you pretty much set yourself up for success, even though you're trying to maybe, worry yourself out of your good. But this coin here, this Ace of Coins, this is a big old coin, huge coin, worth a lot. It's worth more than money. It's priceless. And it's all of your good coming home to roost based on all of the wonderful things that you've been doing. Look at all of this wonderful work that you've been doing. And just a lot of you have been working on the physical plane, as far as in the world, just actually working and doing careers and jobs and projects and things like that. And also many of you have been working in the spiritual realm and working on yourself. So both of those two things together, that's a very powerful combination. And so when the ego thoughts come up and those fears come up and all of that, it's almost like take it as a sign of that you're doing something right, because the ego wouldn't be bothering if everything was going downhill, but it's not. It's going to the sky. It's going to the stars. And this is a huge, huge win for so many of you. And so many of you have been working so hard and diligently. Now is not the time to mess with it. Now is not the time to succumb to those ideas of worry, And if you want to be less prone to this ego thinking, then it's time to take care of yourself. It really is. It's time to get that rest you need. It's time to do some downtime. Some of you are way overdue for vacations. And you think, well, I can't do that. I can't do it. Yes, you can. You can do anything you want. Look at that world card. You can do whatever you want. So don't buy into this. Don't buy into this idea of, no, I got to run myself down because I'm so worried about the future. And it's the only way that I'm going to ever get anything done is if I go, none of that. None of that. It's no, I'm going to take care of myself. Thank you for sharing, ego. Thanks for sharing. I have nothing to fear. There's nothing for me to worry about. All is well, and all really is well. And now it's time for me. It's time for me to take time for me. It's time for me to take some downtime. It's time for me to recuperate and to recharge and rejuvenate myself. It's time for me to do some things that I enjoy. In addition to getting enough sleep, I'm going to maybe read a book. I'm going to maybe go to the park. Maybe I'll go to a museum. When was the last time I went to a museum? Whatever you love to do, whatever your downtime is, it doesn't always have to be work, or go. And that includes your spiritual stuff too. You know, with this world card, you are on top of the world right now. You are on top of the world. So stay there. Stay there by taking care of yourself. Taking care of yourself. And know that you don't have anything to worry about. You don't have to overwork in order to get the payoff that's coming. Because you've already set it up for yourself. In fact, the wheels are in motion, and you can't really undo it at this time. I mean, you can, but it's going to take a lot of work to undo all of the momentum that you've been building up for this positive future for yourself. It's like a big ship, you know, a huge like cruise ship going Chikonka, and really picking up steam, and it's going full steam ahead. It takes a lot to change course. You know, they have to slow down the ship, and then they got to turn, and then they got to pick up steam. It takes a lot of time and effort once that steamship is going in the direction at cruising speed to change course. And so, yeah, you could really mess it up, but I don't think you will. But the ego is going to definitely give it its best shot. So today is not the day to make big decisions about the future, because the future is safe. And that's a good affirmation today. My future is safe. My future is safe. I place my future in the hands of infinite intelligence, or infinite spirit, or God, or goddess, or whatever the words are that are good for you. I place my future into the loving and powerful hands of infinite spirit, and I know my future is safe. And I am safe to relax. It's safe for me to relax. It's safe for me to let go. It's safe for me to take some time off. It's safe for me to have some downtime. In fact, when you don't think that you can take some time off because, oh my gosh, everything's going to get, destroyed if I take some time off, that's usually the time that you need to start thinking about taking some time off. And I will tell you, every single time in all my professional life that I've gone through that, I can't take a vacation because everything will go to hell in a handbasket. And I did it anyway. I came back and everything was better. Everything was just fine. In fact, I came back with renewed vigor, with renewed creative energy, and all good. And so will you. So yes, you can take that downtime. Don't listen to that nonsense. Your future is safe. Now it's time for you. Now it's time to take some nice, good time for you. That's not to say that you're not going to continue working. Of course you will. You can't help yourself because you're so good at what you do. But right now it's time for you. So to take some downtime doing some different things. Take some vacation, take some rest, and know that your future is safe. Thank you so much for spending a little time with me today. I so appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to our new tarot channel, Ariel Gatoga Tarot, and we'll see you for the rest of the weekend for regular tarot readings, and then starting on Tuesday, we'll start with our new channel. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Jennifer, Aaron, and Heather, and we will see everybody tomorrow for another reading. Blessed be.